jobs, y'all touch me, I'm knocking the shit out of everybody. Y'all niggas embarrassing me, bitch.
Well, folks, looks like we no longer have the pleasure of watching fights break out at the Spirit check-in counter or even on the airplane.
What? What's that? Shut your bubble butt up. What's up, bitch? It ain't no shit. What? What's up? You know what's up? What's up, bitch? What's up, bitch?
However, we can still enjoy the delicious irony of Pocahontas, aka Elizabeth Warren, eating her own words. The Justice, Antitrust, and Department of Transportation were right to stand up for consumers and fight against runaway airline consolidation. This is a win for flyers. That's right. Now airfare customers of Spirit can enjoy higher prices because Spirit is no longer in service. And Elizabeth Warren can add to the fact that she could have saved 17,000 jobs had she allowed the merger to take place. Now, what do we expect from a woman who did practically nothing when the Biden economy was runaway itself and printing all this money and causing all this quote unquote transitory inflation? Well, she didn't really stand up for that then. In fact, she blamed the corporations.
Another big story in the skies this morning. Spirit Airlines is ceasing operations overnight after bailout talks with the White House broke down. The low-cost carrier leaving thousands of workers and travelers in a major bind. Chanley Painter has the details. Good morning, Chanley.
Hey, good morning, guys. So earlier today, the company announced it was going out of business and ending its operations immediately, telling passengers to not even go to the airport, saying, quote, "To our guests, all flights have been canceled and customer service is no longer available. Despite the company's efforts, the recent material increase in oil prices and other pressures on the business have significantly impacted Spirit's financial outlook. With no additional funding available to the company, Spirit has had no choice but to begin this wind down." Well, this morning's announcement could impact hundreds of thousands of travelers and reportedly some 17,000 employees. Through the month of May, some 9,000 flights and 60,000 potential passengers are now impacted. Plus, the airline would have had 1.8 million seats to sell and would have had some 300 flights per day. Spirit's shutdown comes after a deal with the federal government could not be finalized and as the budget carrier struggled to get back on its feet after a second bankruptcy in less than a year. According to the Wall Street Journal, the airline had been seeking a $500 million lifeline from the Trump administration. The president said this yesterday.
Well, I guess we're looking at it. If we could do it, we'd do it, but only if it's a good deal. But if we can't make a good deal, no institution's been able to do it. I said, I'd like to save the jobs. We gave them a final proposal.
Well, now other major carriers are stepping up to assist stranded Spirit workers and passengers, including Frontier Airlines, who tweeted, quote, "We are ready to support customers who may be impacted if Spirit Airlines ceases operations, with a focus on helping people continue their travel plans with low fare options." United and American Airlines say they are also ready to help. American says it has capped ticket prices on routes where it directly competes with Spirit to help limit disruptions, guys. Back to you.
All right, Chanley.
Thank you, Chanley.
Now, I don't think fuel prices alone were what did Spirit Airlines in. As a report here was saying, they were facing bankruptcy a couple times. Elizabeth Warren, however, probably isn't aware of these bankruptcies, or she just doesn't like Trump like all the other Democrats and looking for any excuse to criticize what his administration is doing, including saying the following, that Donald Trump's war with Iran caused the sky-high fuel prices that finally did Spirit Airlines in. What do the American people get out of this taxpayer bailout? Now, other airlines have also been dealing with these fuel price increases, and they haven't been, excuse the expression, dropping out of the sky or going bankrupt. Let's look at JetBlue's stock performance right now around the time the Iran war started, and that's around here in February. Right here, it starts going way down because the prices are increasing, market reaction, et cetera, and it's starting to steadily go back up, spiking here, going down. But the long-term trend here is that it's going up a bit. Of course, it's going down too, but it's not declaring bankruptcy. It hasn't not recovered from here. It's been going back up and down, right? So if you look at 5 years, one year even, it's got these peaks and valleys, right? So you really can't say that this fuel increase is a crisis on all the airlines. The point here is Spirit had trouble before the fuel prices. So Elizabeth Warren here, she can't she can't just be anti-Trump all the time. She has to look at the whole picture. And when people are just focusing on one thing, they fail to see the fact that maybe, like she couldn't see the bankruptcies that happened before and whatnot. And I don't agree with the government bailout for companies that are struggling. Maybe very rare occasions, but they should be audited more. They should be looked into more seriously if they have as huge impact as possible. That if they do fail, they're going to really affect the economy, really hurt the economy in a bad way. What I really think here with Elizabeth Warren and the whole Spirit JetBlue merger is that she's very anti-corporation and she doesn't like to see corporations get bigger or even, dare I say, succeed. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and ring the notification bell if you got any value out of this video.